Hi guys, Eric Pathy here with Big Al McMordie for your overnight report for Sunday, June 8th. There might be football. Is there football? Is there I always say, football Sunday. There's no NFL Sunday,
Well,
is it?
tonight there's two CFL games at 7 and 10 o'clock. On when I say tonight, we're recording this on Saturday afternoon.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Saturday night there's two CFL games. On Sunday there are two UFL football games, but no CFL on Sunday.
There you go, guys. So, but there is still some football. We got UFL, we got CFL, we got the WNBA, we got the NBA. When's the next NBA game?
Sunday night.
How about that Edmonton game the other day? I know I don't watch games, but I did watch it when it went.
Oh yeah, I mean I had the Oilers, so I was disappointed. But the first two games have been, classics. I mean, double overtime, whatever.
You gave out
been a
the
great
over.
series.
You gave out the over in one complimentary selection. The game before that, which went over easy, and then yesterday it went over easy.
I can't remember. It's all blurred.
Well, I can remember. Now I'm looking here. Tomorrow night there is a NHL game. I'm seeing
Monday.
Oh, Monday. You're right. This is what happens, guys, when we're recording days ahead and you bring up the screen. With that being said, if you guys want to figure out how to get June, July, and August absolutely free, take advantage of the early bird special where you purchase college and pro football with basketball. And again, we don't have multiple Telegram channels. Everything is on one channel. And before you blink, it'll be August 23rd with 4 opening NCAA football games that day. Obviously, it doesn't mean that you're going to be doing that. But let's go over that again. We've discussed this for guys and gals that watch these videos on a daily basis. You and I are old school. This is the time of year I used to go to Barnes & Noble, pick up all my college and pro football annuals. You're laughing. It is fun.
I'm laughing because people don't know what bookstores are anymore.
I know. But literally, I would go and I'd walk in. I'd get Phil Steele's and I would get everybody's. And then the funny part is I would get everybody's and it would be all the same information, but I would just do it anyway out of habit. Duke had that beat into my head. I'd sit on my desk. I'd have 10 annuals. And then what happened before everybody stopped doing them, at one point, every handicapper had their own annual. They're just taking the same information and then just reprinting it. And the reality is, I don't know if you knew, I don't want to say his name on the air, but there was I'm not going to say anybody's names on the air, but obviously we know everybody. We've been doing this forever. But the annual game was a big game. It was a way to get your name out in the public. And
yeah, well, I never
I
really
was advertising
saw...
in college and pro football and sports forum for years. I mean, we're talking decades ago. You can't find a sports forum. I don't even think they're in business anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of good annuals back then. I haven't bought. I think we talked about this a few months ago. I haven't bought a football annual in over 10 years.
I'm going to have to go to the one bookstore left in this town and see if they have any. I'm sure they'll have one or two of them. I know there's a company, Athlon, that puts one out. It's not from Handicapper, but I think Athlon.
But I was always more into the ones with gambling ads. So the ones like Game Plan Magazine.
Exactly.
All of that kind of stuff, like the
Mark
Sports Illustrated.
Mark Del Popolo's Game Plan. Yeah.
Joe Del Popolo.
Right.
Yeah, it was Mark
we really
Lawrence.
do date ourselves.
Mark Lawrence had a nice one. Joe Del Popolo.
We really do date ourselves on these videos.
Yeah. As you can see, my gray hair. I'm old.
So this is the time of year. The reason why I was going to ask you is, when do you start looking at those August 23rd matchups and those August 28th matchups?
August 17th.
My man. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to research the whole summer. That's for sure.
No, I mean, I will wait till it's the week of the game, and then I will put the data in my database and start working.
So let me ask you, obviously you have access to the screens. I have access to the screens. When I see like a 1 or 2 or 3 point line move this early, gamblers do ask me, there's no big limits on these games. So I see like a 6.5 is now 7.5 and a 13.5 is now 14.5. No betting groups are moving money on these games yet because they haven't even.
And maybe they are. I couldn't care less.
Right. Exactly. Got it.
I mean, I just don't care.
If
I'll
he
look at
doesn't
different.
care, you shouldn't care. What you should care about is getting access to his all access. Give me a call at 443-957-1006 or email me at eric@pickdogs.com. With that being said, what are we? We didn't discuss it. What is the complimentary selection?
We're going to look at a WNBA game for Sunday. There's 2 games on the card. We're going to go to the first game between the Connecticut Sun and the Washington Mystics. And Connecticut pulled a huge upset its last game. It was an 11-point home dog versus the Atlanta Dream. It won the game outright.
Right.
And if you go back 20 years, underdogs off upset wins as double-digit dogs, they've actually followed through and done quite well. They've cashed 60%.
Wow.
So we're going to take Connecticut. They're, not a double-digit dog in this game. The overnight line has it at 6.5.
6.5.
So we're going to take Connecticut plus a 6.5 at Washington as our free play.
I can assure you I will not be getting the car driving down there to watch the game. I'm looking here. So Sun's 1-1. Sun is 1-1 straight up, and Mystics are 0-2, right?
I actually should look at the Mystics schedule because I'm going to be, hopefully, if all goes well, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. over, just after Labor Day weekend. I'm curious if they're in town then. I wouldn't mind seeing a WNBA game.
You coming in for another punk rock concert?
Yeah.
Who are we going to see now?
Never mind.
See, guys, no, but it's good because for all you watching, we're not that old. You guys think we're old, but we can still have fun. So reach out to me, guys, 443-957-1006. And as always, good day and good luck. UConn, not yet. Connecticut plus 6.5. Good day and good luck.